All right, let's just jump right in. If you're an educator, you know this feeling. I mean, you're competing for attention, and not just with the kid in the back of the class, but with the entire digital world that fits in their pocket. So today, we're going to explore how to actually navigate this, and maybe even turn the biggest distraction into our best playbook.
And this question, man, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's a feeling so many teachers have. And look, this isn't about blaming students or their phones. It's about acknowledging that the world has fundamentally changed how attention works. If you've ever felt this way, trust me, you are not alone.
So, let's talk about the classroom's new rival. It's not the school down the street. It's that endless, algorithm-fueled scroll. You know the one. That stream of short, fast, super engaging content that our students are swimming in every single day. That's the real competition.
Now here's the really important part. This isn't some kind of character flaw. It's an adaptation. Our brains are literally wired to seek out what's new and interesting, and the internet is a fire hose of novelty. So our students' brains have just gotten incredibly good at processing stuff in that fast, bite-sized way.
This brings us to a huge idea, the scroll mindset. And the biggest takeaway here is this: we're not dealing with a generation that has zero attention span. That's a total myth. What they have is a different kind of attention. It hasn't vanished, it's just fragmented. It's been broken up into smaller, more intense bursts.
Let's be really clear about what that means. Fragmented attention isn't the inability to focus. It's the tendency to be highly selective. Students absolutely can and will focus deeply, but you gotta earn it. The content has to feel relevant to them. It has to spark some kind of emotion, or it has to ask them to participate. Passive listening, that's the first thing that gets tuned out.
Just think about the difference. The old model was all about sustained focus, right? Like getting lost in a book for an hour. The new model is all about fragmented focus, quick hits, constantly switching gears, high stimulation. Now, neither one is inherently better, but let's be honest, only one of them reflects the daily reality for most of our students. So here's where we flip the script. Instead of looking at the scroll as the enemy, what if we started looking at it as a source of intel? What if the very things that make that content so addictive could actually hold the secrets to better teaching? And this is really the big central question we're asking today. Can we actually borrow the psychology that makes these platforms so sticky, the hooks, the stories, the interaction, and use it not to distract, but to create really deep, unforgettable learning? I think we can. Let's find out.
So, let's get practical. We're going to move from the why to the how. We're building a new playbook with real, concrete strategies you can actually use in the classroom.
Okay, first up, the opening. That first minute is everything. In a world where you can swipe to the next thing in a split second, you can't just ease into a topic. You have to start with a hook. You have to light a fire of curiosity, because a truly curious mind will always be distraction. I mean, just feel the difference here. The first one is an announcement. It's information. The second one, that's an invitation. It's a mystery. It immediately connects the topic to the student's own life and makes them wonder. That's the power of a really good hook.
Next, we've got to rethink the hour-long lecture. Microlearning is all about breaking down big topics into smaller, energetic bursts. The rhythm is what matters. Introduce a small piece, let students work together on it, use a quick quiz to check for understanding, and then have them summarize it. That cycle of doing and reflecting keeps the energy up.
Let's face it, we are wired for stories. Our brains latch onto narratives and images. An abstract idea will just float away unless you anchor it to a story. So don't just explain a math theorem, show how it's secretly at work in their favorite video game or in a building they see every day. That makes it feel real.
And this one is a game changer. Our students aren't just passive consumers of information anymore, they're creators. Shifting the focus from consuming to creating is so powerful. I mean, if you ask a student to explain a concept in a 60-second video, they have to understand it on a way deeper level. It creates real ownership.
Now, as students are creating, they need quick feedback. And this is where new tools can be a fantastic partner. AI can do the heavy lifting, like instantly telling you, hey, 70% of the class missed this one question. That lets you jump in and address the problem right away. It frees you up to do the human stuff.
Okay, so we've talked about tools and tactics, but they're all built on top of something much more fundamental. When it comes down to it, earning attention isn't about having the fanciest slides, it's about being human.
You know, the online content that really connects with us often feels a little raw, a little unscripted. The exact same thing is true in a classroom. Your genuine excitement for your subject, your ability to laugh at yourself, even just admitting you're curious about something. That's what builds the trust that makes students want to tune in.
And finally, we have to remember this. Attention isn't something you can command anymore. It's something you have to invite. Make your students partners in the process. When you actually ask for their input, when you build the classroom experience with them, they become invested. They go from being a passive audience to being active players.
So this table really puts it all together. It's like a direct translation guide from the digital world to the classroom. You see short, punchy content over here, that becomes micro-learning bursts in your lesson plan. Constant interaction over here, that becomes polls or group work or quick reflections. It's not about doing a dance in front of your class. It's about borrowing the underlying principles.
And let's be crystal clear about this. The point was never to try and beat TikTok at its own game. You can't. The goal is to understand the psychology behind it, what truly captures human attention right now, and then use those insights to make learning more engaging and, frankly, more human.
Because when you strip away all the technology, all the trends, all the techniques, you're left with this one timeless truth of teaching. We don't really remember lists of facts. We remember the moment of discovery. We remember the spark of an idea. We remember how a lesson made us feel. Emotion is the superglue for memory.
So we end with this question. For you, attention is no longer a given. It has to be invited. It has to be earned. So with these ideas in your toolkit, from curiosity hooks to just being real, the question isn't just, how can I get them to focus? The real question is, how will I create a lesson that truly deserves their attention?